Do you feel stuck in the endless cycle of chasing leads with little to no success? Well, if that's the case, you are not alone. A staggering 80% of new cleaning companies can barely find consistent work in the first year. But what if I told you there's a way out, a method that could skyrocket your lead generation by leveraging strategies you've probably overlooked, underestimated, or perhaps not even aware of? Outbound marketing strategies are so powerful. Some say this is the sole purpose why their businesses succeeded. As opposed to inbound, where somebody types, you have to wait for the person to type and then generate them and bring them to your funnel. Here, you're actually pushing your message to the widest available audience that is possibly not even looking, but already frustrated with cleaning services. So over there, your effectiveness, your reach, your conversion go up because your reach goes up, because you can reach out to a lot more people. And most of these things, if not all, can be automated, especially when you're starting out. Bear that in mind. But as you progress throughout your career, you will start automating some of the things. And number one would be the cold calling. A success ratio is approximately 2%. For every 100 calls made, you can probably generate or secure 2 commercial cleaning jobs. However, this is something where people dread about. That's something that people normally don't want to do. It's something people are afraid, because what are we afraid of? We're afraid of no. We don't want somebody to tell us no. When you're starting, remember, one thing to keep in mind with outbound, and a ton of no's you will hear, that is a guarantee. But if you keep doing it, you'll keep getting better and you'll start getting better results. What we're afraid of, remember, a fear of rejection is what scares us, what keeps us back. But in your mind, keep that it's not you people are rejecting to. It's the offer or whatever you're offering right now. So therefore, get your skin thick and let's start crushing it. So right followed by the cold calling, I want to talk about direct mail, something that people underestimate nowadays. Success ratio there is 2 to 5%, but I mean, you can go up to 5%. Out of 100, you can get 5 people instead of 2 people as it was in a cold calling. By the way, about cold calling, if you need me to put a script together, then let me know. I'll create a template with the script and put it to ANS resources so you guys can download and give it a go. We want to keep it basic and clean so you can start reaching out. So a lot of people are starting to write off the direct mail because it's more expensive. That is true. You have to pay somebody to create the design. You have to pay someone to print it, someone to put it in a postage, like pay the fee for the postage, mail it, ship it. But nowadays, when the technology business is going up so much and everything is becoming digital, standing out with actual print is becoming a little easier and different. So of course, if you're trying to mass mail, don't just blindly mass mail. Let's say you need specific people, property managers or general contractors in your zip code. Look them up, filter them based on the income or the amount of people that they work, based on the positions, and then make those letters, and you can actually handwrite them and it'll save you, because the handwritten ones will stand out. I've got properties, right? And sometimes people reach out to me cold and they want me to sell those properties. So whenever it's mailed and professionally put together with awesome graphics, I actually look at it and I throw it away, believe it or not. But if it's handwritten, at least I open and give it my attention. So my answer nowadays is no, because I'm not looking for them to sell. But when I'm ready to sell, if somebody actually crafts the note and sends it in the mail, likely I'll get back to them unless I have another buyer. So it's the same thing here as well. Think about it. If somebody's touched with your handwriting and the message and it's personalized and you did a little more research and their current cleaning company is failing, then the likelihood they will get back to you goes up. So therefore, the success ratio goes up to 5% when you start doing the direct mail. Networking event is another one which is amazing. Success ratio is really hard to define there, but building relationships of face-to-face can significantly increase the likelihood of securing contracts with many business owners that establish long-term partnerships. Because remember, what they want to do is they want to come to you, sit down with you, talk to you, know who you are before they let you into their sacred domains. Whether it's their building, whether it's their house, it is their domain, and their employees there, their families are there, their assets are there, right? So in this particular video, I'd like to focus more on outbound commercial, but these strategies can be used, some if not all, on the residential as well, so keep that in mind. LinkedIn outreach would be the next one that I'd recommend. So before you do the LinkedIn outreach though, make sure you have your banner properly, set your message, your URL, your photo, right? Dress accordingly, see how other cleaning business professionals dress like for the photo. So you want to do that, and then your threat should be alike to relevant to that. So keep that in mind when you do that. But success rate varies. Targeting LinkedIn messages can have an open rate about 20 to 40% depending on the personalization and the relevance. The strategy would be use LinkedIn to connect with the business owners and property managers, personalize your connection requests, and follow up messages, introduce yourself. So that's basically it. I mean, you can automate those strategies, and I'll talk about them a little later. There are lots of websites called Apollo, Smart Lead, and etc. that they can do this. There's a lot more others, and then they coming out, and most of them are now AI powered, so they mimic human-like behaviors. They can like somebody's post and then send a friend request and then revert it, take it back because you don't want to send too much. But there are rules, right? You don't want to do more than 20 or 30 requests. Although LinkedIn can say it's 100, but people stay under 50 when they do the cold outreach. Same with you don't want to leave a lot of open requests and not to withdraw them, because then LinkedIn is gonna think that you're spamming people. So you want to do that and then withdraw them back again. Check out the softwares, and then let me know if you want a specific video about the softwares that we're now starting to use to maximize my company's outreach, because we really excel at inbound. And there was another video that I've put, and if you haven't seen this, finish this and then go and see that. But outbound is something that I haven't prioritized and have given enough attention to, which now I realize after running it 15 years, the company successfully. So I hope you're the other side watcher, this person will master both of them, and then just watch your business to boom and grow. So success ratio is, as I said, with trade shows, is hard to justify, but attend industry specific trade shows and expos where you can directly interact with potential clients. Ensure if you have a booth there that your booth stands out. If not, you go and you introduce yourselves and then give them something. Find out how to become their vendors. If this is a larger general contractor industry, then you want to say, hey, how do I get on your subcontractor vendor list? How do I start receiving your bids? Whether it's the property management, it's the same. And then remember, you follow up with them after. Lots of people fail. They get all business cards and they hand the business cards, and then what happens? They disappear because they forget, and then people forget about you. That's natural. So our goal is stay on top of their mind as you're growing the business. If the customer doesn't need you right now, but that is the customer who utilizes cleaning customers as cleaning companies, especially if it's like a property manager, real estate agent, general contractor who recurringly utilize cleaning companies, then stay in touch with them, because at some point the opportunity will present itself. Maybe their cleaning company contractor will fail. Perhaps they will change jobs, and now when they change jobs, now they can hey, I'm a new guy at this position, let me show you what I can do, what kind of vendors I have. Perhaps their company acquires another building in a different state which their current contractor doesn't service. Perhaps their current contractors retires, gets sold, bought out, etc. You never know. The purchasers are the important. You want to stay in touch with them, because those people in the end are the ones who say, oops, I want to do business with this guy, I want to sign off on this. Pre-screening and everything, lots of these things are done automatically nowadays, but final decision is being made by a person. So keep that in mind when you do that. And then referral program is something else that you might consider. They can reach up to 30% of conversion for referred leads, as referrals come with built-in trust. Think about it in the past, when before the social media, before the print ads, before the cold calling, before the television, go back in time, how did we find out one from another? We tell about the services, and that's why word of the mouth is the most powerful, and that's why there's the highest conversion ratio of 30% upwards, because somebody who they trust, they asked about referral and that person referred you to them, so therefore your conversion ratio goes up. In every social media outlet outlet or search engine and or other media outlets. They're trying to mimic, get as close as they can to a referral. That's why we have reviews, that's why we have likes and etc., just to show that other people are liking it. So the referral program, the more creative you get with it, the better it is. Like for example, in the commercial, you can offer discounts per services. Say, hey, like it's whatever you do, just keep in mind it's WITFM, right? What's in it for me factor. So whoever the purchaser, let's say you already have an account with this customer and you want to incentivize them to do business with you. Don't go just offer 10% off, because that person is already paying the full, and it's not even paying, because we're talking commercial in this case, they're not even paying from their pocket, their employer's paying. What if you were to create an incentive program and say like, look, for every referral that you give me, I'll give you a coffee cart from Starbucks for $25, but better else, I have one residential cleaning offered for free. So for now, what you're doing is that person is not taking a bribe from you, but you are giving them option to utilize that one residential cleaning for every referral they do, whoever they want to. They can use it in their house, in their mom's, in their mother-in-law's, or in their boss's house, or give it as a gift to their customer. Who cares? But you get the business. So therefore, whatever you do, just go, what's in it for me? If you're dealing with the business owner is the one who's writing those checks, then perhaps notice like, hey, maybe their carpets are bad and they don't want to pay for it. And you know, because you've been servicing them for a while, you're like, hey, how about you refer me? Every job I get closed, I will do carpets for you for free, or I will take care of your appliances for free. So just try to hit what's in it for me factor for every single person, whoever you're dealing with, and then your referrals that you will be extracting will go up. Implement referral program, of course, and then offer discounts. Telemarketing would be something else. Success ratio there is roughly 2 to 5%, similar to cold calling, but can be outsourced to professional agencies. So your strategy would be you would hire a telemarketing firm that specializes in B2B business services to reach out potential customers on your behalf, allowing you to focus on your business operations. So, or you can do it yourself, meaning if you do it yourself, it requires specialty knowledge. Go to websites like Upwork, Fiverr, reach out to consultants or coaches or mentors. Most of them have programs. You can even book me. For a limited time, I'm offering hourly booking sessions for a 30-minute to an hour session. So you don't have to book me. You can book whoever you'd like. But if you're liking this content so far, I would really appreciate the like. I actually work for your likes, subscriptions, generosity in the comments, and I want to see you succeed. So there was actually one comment from a person is like, hey, you charging an hourly? I'm like, yes, if you want me to sit down and you want to tap into my 20 years of decade and specifically dive into your strategies and tell you what I want to do, then it's interrupting my day. I mean, it's not interrupting my day, but it's time out of my day, out of my work, out of my babies. And my response was like, everything that I create is free. There's no fee for these things, right? Like YouTube, my website, where you can go and download the templates that I consistently keep putting templates, the Excel spreadsheets that I create, and I intend to create a lot more because I want to give as much as I can. It's my way of paying forward. So, but again, yes, if you want my dedicated attention, just looking at your problem, trying to help you, then there is a fee, and it is for a limited time. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna keep it. I just started as I'm getting busier and busier. Of course, that will be peeled back out or taken out, so I can likely train the staff for it or automate the process. Well, anyhow, let's continue. I know I deviated a little bit. So the next strategy is email, which is amazing. Emails are super effective. Unfortunately, the conversion or like open rate is 1% for cold emails, but can be improved with highly targeted list of personalized content as you create that and you keep going back to them. Strategy would be you either purchase or figure out how to develop a list of businesses that match your ideal customer profile, which stands for ICP. And you have to know that whoever you're going after, for example, ICP for my company would be a property manager who is completely frustrated with their current cleaning services and they employ 11 to 100 people. The reason I don't want to go lower is because if they employ lesser people, they likely do the cleaning service themselves. If they're bigger, like 150, 200 people company, then there are too many layers for me to close them is going to be different. And then industry too. You want to know what industry they are in, and then I want to go to somebody who already utilized cleaning service and they are upset with their cleaning service because I know mine is better. We can outperform. inform them. And I also, that what it also tells me that this person already knows and familiar by paying to people for the services. So it's not like they're gonna get the bill and like, whoa, that's expensive, I'm gonna do it myself. Time is very limited. You as a business owner want to spend it on the things that matter most and will bring the best result. Try all of these strategies that I'm mentioning. Try also the inbound strategies that I'm mentioning, but whatever you're converting, go to that and do that. Double down, triple down, quadruple down. Whatever you do, just keep bringing more. And when you feel like you squeezed out the juice or a lot of it and it's on autopilot, because now you want to delegate, you want to get people from outside of the countries to start helping you out, automate the process as much as you can, then you go and branch out and add your second conversion traction outreach. Let's say the first one for you was, hey, website SEO is doing great, and then you also had good results with emails, and then you want to go and do that. When you figure out and master the emails, now you delegate that, then you can pick up something else, and then voila, you've got a bunch of marketing outreaches, and that's why people are hearing about you. I mean, McDonald's, Burger King, they still advertise. Chick-fil-A, I mean, why do they do it? It's the brand awareness, it's the brand recognition, because they know, like, when you see the ad, you don't pull the trigger right there, right? You're not gonna purchase, you're not gonna make the order, but they're just drilling the message, the brand inside of your brain, and that's what you need to do as well. Some of these costs you will not be able to track, just keep in mind, like directly track. Somebody might see your ad a couple of times, it drilled in their hand, and then they're just busy, professional, they're doing whatever they do, and then come later they figure out their cleaning company is dropping the ball, and your ad pops up again. They're like, oh, I've heard of them again. So that's how you get them, so keep that in mind. So lower success ratio with the emails, but with emails you can like scale them crazy. Like there's a website that we're setting up right now, smartlead.io, and there's a bunch of other websites as well. Just evaluate yourself for the ones that work and how they work, whichever works. I'm happy to report my progress, how we do, but the concept is you warm up the emails, you get the emails, you warm them up, and then you don't go with your main domain name, because if too many people report it as spam, and then you do a lot of techniques to prevent this from being reported as spam, but if a lot of people report you as spam, then your domain get blacklisted and you won't be able to do business with your customers and etc. So therefore you want to get another domain like yours or something else, and then set up the accounts and then start sending them. So you first warm up, you send X amount of emails, not too many, just keep it in a loop. Make sure that Google and Outlook and other email servers are used to you sending emails there, and then you start scaling, and then you automate, and then you A test, B test, C test, D test, whatever is working, you just keep shuffling. And based on each industry, because you have ICPs, remember, ideal customer profiles or personas, then you change your language, tweak a little. And again, if this is something you don't know, then go to Upwork or Fiverr and find the freelancers that can help you with this. So that's one of the things, but nothing that I'm saying is a rocket science. Everything that I'm saying is learnable. There's a ton of information on YouTube or these subscription services. When you buy them, they actually will give you a lot of information. So if you don't mind doing your work, then I'm sure you're gonna figure one or the other strategy out. For me, paying for emails and for websites was super expensive back when I started in 2009. So I had to learn myself how to build websites, and then my business boomed because I started figuring out how to bring the leads. So the same goes for you as well. If you have more time now, then figure out how to do that particular thing and start getting leads, and then you will start delegating. And remember, when you're delegating, you always go the lowest position first. Whatever, like answering service, bookkeeping, stuff you don't want, or the lowest position, and then eventually you want to grow to a position where you can replace yourself as well. And that's when you buy back your time. This is when you made it. And I want to see you, my friend who's watching this video right now, years from now, to do that. And then please come back then and say, dude, I watched it, I followed it, this is the nugget I took away, and I made it work, and it really worked for me. So that would just make a world for me and would mean a world for me. If you're so far enjoying the content, please like it and subscribe. So the next strategy would be something really cool. And this is the strategy I took from Alex Hormozi, and I mixed it for the cleaning industry and beefed it, kind of like infused with Go for No book. So the strategy goes is, Alex Hormozi says, compile your all contacts that you have in your phone, in your email, and social media. Just go and pull them out from all the records, all the contacts you have. Let's say you have a list of 3,000 names there. So from them, reach out. I think he was saying reach out to 100 people. Like I'm not good at reaching out 100 people. people with cold outreach. So I would say reach out with 25 just to get that muscle going. But when you reach out with one platform only. So you pick a platform where you have the most interactions. If you mostly talk to people over the phone, that's what you want to do. You want to call them and like, hey, start calling them. If you text, then you want to text. If you go to Instagram and that's where you connect with people, that's what you want to do. But pick one platform and start reaching out there through that platform. When you do, you go for 3 things. ACA method, which is you acknowledge them, you compliment them, and then you ask. And I'll tell you the message you want to do, but prepare for a lot of no's. And this is where I'm coming with infusing it with my strategy is by reading the book for Go for No. It's super thin. If you haven't read it, I'm likely going to end up putting the video about it as well. But the concept there is each no will get you closer to yes, which we know. But your goal is to get X amount of no's. So for example, in this instance, let's say you're going with 25 people to start. So until you hit 25 no's from whatever the outreach method is you're chosen, you won't stop. So if you get 5 yeses along the way, what just happened? You made 30 outreaches, you got 5 yeses, so you won 5 times because 5 people are now looking for your services. And then those 25 people, because you hit no's, then you won there too. So it's like win-win. And the next day you do the same thing, and then you can do 30, 35 as you develop the muscle. The message would be is like that. So you're not going to ask directly your friends to buy from your services, but instead you're going to do acknowledge, remember, compliment, and then ask. So acknowledge would be, hey, Steve, I see that you moved to this place, and that's where you're acknowledging, congratulations with getting the new employment. I cannot even imagine, the hustle you're going through because you are managing so many people and your company is doing great. Like, how do you balance it all with your work and with your performance and personal health, because you look great. By the way, so we just had acknowledge, we had compliment, and then you go for ask. By the way, I recently started cleaning services. I offer floor stripping and waxing services. If you were to know anyone that might be interested in it, then please, I'd appreciate the referral. So what you're doing there is you're not putting direct ask to them, and instead you're saying, if you know someone. So they can get back to you likely and say like, dude, thanks, good to reconnect. I'll let you know if I come across of someone. But what if they are the ones that are looking for service? Then they're gonna tell you, oops, perfect, I am looking for the service. It's the perfect timing. I'll give you more information. So or they'll put you in touch with someone else. That's the method that you wanna use. So there are a couple more things which you wanna do all the time when you're working on your outreach. Remember, when you cold outreach, when you cold email, when somebody gets the letter, what do we do now? We actually look for social proof. So you want to make sure that your website is good, because they'll go to your website, they'll likely Facebook you, they'll likely LinkedIn you, depending upon where you get a hold of them, and see your personal threads, your connections, how you look, how you talk. So therefore, collect and showcase testimonials and reviews to build credibility. That is super, super important. Encourage people to get reviews. So you want to collect and showcase testimonials and reviews to build credibility. Ask for referrals from your people. Say it helps your business really, which is true, right? That's not lie. So any positive reviews nowadays help, so you're not lying, so you can be genuine about it. Use before and after photos in your marketing. People like instant gratification, like, hey, before and after photos, or dirty surface and then you clean it and now it's clean. People like videos like that. And provide case studies. People also like case studies. They like fascinated by case studies. So come up with case studies. Just say, hey, this person's business was failing all the time. They couldn't get the health certification. I went in, I cleaned, and now they're booming, and etc. So whatever the case studies. Or this person was spending so much time managing their cleaning team. Then I came in, then I brought in my systems, and now the place is sparkling clean, and this person is now expanding their business so much. Follow-up strategy is something that you need as well. So outbound marketing is only as effective if you follow up. So what's the point if you got a super cool name but you don't follow up with them? And that sucks, right? If that's the case, then all your efforts are for literally nothing. Then you will see minimum conversions. But follow-up is what makes the difference. So that's why you want to go and follow up with them and stay in touch with those people. Consistently implement structured follow-up process after initial contact, because you can put them in a drip email. emails, right? So their emails. You can use CRM tools to track interactions and follow-ups like open ratio, whether they forwarded. And then if they click here, let's say they click on that link, then you can send them an offer. If they click on, like, just ignored it, follow up again, but you don't want to spam it. You just want to follow up. So stay in touch. The super important people, I individually follow. I email them, I call them, I text message. So I stay in their faces. So that's what you want to do as well. And then nowadays, you want to leverage technology. That's what you want to do as a business owner. Wherever you get the maximum result, that's what you want to do. Paying a platform like ChatGPT $20 a month will save you a lot more than paying a virtual assistant, whether they are outside of the country or here, or paying someone. So those are the things you want to leverage. For example, AI now, ChatGPT has DALL-E. It comes with it. It can put the images for you. It has Sora that they recently launched, and Sora can put the videos together, and it can draw beautiful charts for you. It can help you with composing your emails. I have a specific video which talks about how to utilize the ChatGPT and the prompt. So go ahead and watch this after this video, and subscribe if you haven't done that. Please, I'd greatly appreciate it. So the mind shift needs to change a little bit. So we say, oh, the software is $75. So the ChatGPT is $24. Let's say another software that does email automation, LinkedIn outreach, and will give you a database of those people, cost $75 or $99 a month. What if you were to buy that lead? You would pay more and you can verify, and then it's only one-time transaction. Here you can utilize the software. So as long as you utilize the software, it's not a waste of the time, it's the investment. And then as a business, you write that off. Explore lead generation services and platforms specific to the cleaning industry, the ones that I already mentioned. Go ahead and look at them. And they've got rivals, like they've got other softwares that work. Ping me. I'm happy to leave a comment here or question. I'm happy to respond. I'm very accessible. Utilize CRM software to manage leads and follow-ups effectively as well. That is something that you want to prioritize. Now that you figure out how to get those outbound leads, then the next would be is to price, because if you're pricing those jobs wrong, then what's happening? The most expensive proposal gets thrown away. The cheapest proposal usually gets thrown away. If not thrown away and you were the cheapest and they accepted it, what just happened? You end up paying for that job because you were the cheapest person who likely didn't account for the overhead expenses and or all expenses that are needed, and now it's gonna cost you your business. And the last person you want to be is to say, I got the job, but I want to back away from it. So therefore, you want to be at the sweet spot. You don't want to be super expensive. You don't want to be super cheap. You want to be right where you need to be. And this video will help you to hone that. Hop on in there, and I'm gonna see you there. Bye for now. Keep on crushing your business.